Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn a very mini concept which is HTML styles. So till now we have learned about creating basic elements in HTML. So let's learn how to style them. I mean that again I'm gonna go with an example. Let's say Amazon.in, let's open. So actually I told you what is CSS, but we are not going to jump into the concept of CSS, which we'll do in the next video. So as you can see here, these are the basic concepts like edit text, or this is the button. So this yellow color, as you can see, and this border, as you can see. So these are all the work of CSS, which is designing. So the full form of CSS is cascading style sheets. So today we're going to learn inline CSS, and in the next class we're going to learn about detailed CSS, which will be, I think, which will not be a mini concept. I think it will be a 40 to 50 minutes. So let's close the site and let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So let's learn the internal CSS and how to use it. So the HTML style attribute. Before that, what is an attribute? This is my question to you. What is an attribute? Let me open Sublime Text, editor 3. Okay, so let me open a new file and let me save it with example.html. Okay, so this is a basic HTML. Basic HTML, some basic HTML tags which must be included in any HTML project. So, let me it as page title, and let me continue to our work. So what is an attribute? So I think I've shown you the image tag, img tag. So it's like this. So as we know, this img, or let's say this tag. Now how is it going to help us to understand attributes? So as you can see, img or a, what are this? These are tags. What is this HTML? This is a tag. What is this head? This is a tag. This is a head tag. This is body tag. This is img tag, and this is a tag. So now this is if this is the tag, then what is this? Is this also a tag? No, of course not, because it's not a tag. This one is a tag. This concept is highlighted and the code, the syntax is highlighted in red color. I mean for the tags, and this alt SSC href or the attributes. These all are the attributes of this tag. Like alt is the attribute of img tag, SSC is the attribute of the img tag, href is also the attribute of a tag, not the img tag. This is inside the a tag, so this is the attribute of the a tag. So like this, tag attribute is equal to, and then two double quote marks, and then close. Like this, it continues and slash tag. Like this. This is the format. This is the main format of it. So now let's close this and let's learn. Now we know what is attribute. So the HTML style attribute. So now I think you understand what is the HTML style attribute. So let's go to Sublime Text again. So like body, in the body, this is the body, and the special feature of this HTML style attribute is that it can be used with any tag to style it. So styling is needed for each and every tag. So we can use it with any tag to style it, except this doc type HTML, which is not a tag. Okay. Inside this body, we will type style equal to, then double quote marks. So in everything, in img also style, you will see there's something, style is equal to double quotes. Inside this, we type different elements like background color, or like color, which is the text color, like this. So let's learn about this in detail. Not in detail, but this is a mini concept. So this is a mini class we will learn about in detail in the next class. Okay, so I think I have taught you most of the things in Sublime Text today. So what I was doing is that I was showing the attribute, and then I showed you the style tag, and inside the style tag is everything in our class. So all the things we are going to learn today is based on that HTML style tag. So inside this, what we can write like background color, text color, font, etc. So now let's we're going to move now from this slide to the next slide. So this is what is the HTML style attribute used for? So what is the HTML style attribute used? So I've shown you what is the style attribute, and HTML style attribute is it's a HTML style attribute, means it's an HTML attribute. So that is why it's telling HTML style attribute. So the best part of the style attribute is that it can be used with any of the things. So let's see what's the answer. What is the HTML style attribute? Okay, the HTML style attribute is used. That means it is an attribute which is used, not the HTML style attribute is used. That is the use of that. So it should be that HTML style attribute is an attribute which is used to add style to an element. Like in this Google also, you'll be able to see that the search bar is so beautiful. You can see the icon here. You can see the customized icon here. When I'm hovering on it, the background color will change. And when I'm clicking on it, it's just changing. And when I'm clicking on this button, you can see the design like this. So this all are colorful elements. And in the basic HTML, when we just type HTML head and then IMG tag, it doesn't look so beautiful. And we have to decorate it. We have to design. So this is just the basic style things. And then we have to use our collaborative and creative ideas to design and create new things, which helps us to create new websites. And these are our ideas which collaborate together to form new websites. So like that. Okay. The HTML style attribute is used to add styles to an element, such as color. So it can add color. It's written COLOR because coding is derived from America and it's using the American English. So in Indian English, it's used COLOUR color, and in American English, it's COLOR color. They pronounce it as color, and it's looking like color as well. So we can't do anything in that. So we have to use color when we are coding, like in the style attribute, we have to type color instead of color. Okay. So such as color, font, I think font and font size and more. So let's see what we can do with this concept. So example is that. So if we type a normal paragraph, so what will it look like? A normal paragraph will just say I'm normal and nothing else than that. Means if we type I'm normal, it will show this text I'm normal and nothing like and nothing more than that. Not any red color, not any blue color, not any big font size. So how to do that? Have you ever wondered? Now let's look at it. Let's have a good look at it. So concentrate here on this concept. It's very important. It's the whole concept of styling, because we are not gonna take the class again of styling. And next class, it's the last class of styling, this HTML style and CSS. Okay, so I'm normal, as you can see, I'm normal. So if you type I'm normal in the P tag, then it will show you like this, I'm normal. If you do like, if you change the text color to red, then obviously if you show the red color, so obviously you have to type I am red. If you type I am blue also, it will show it to you in red color. I am blue, we have wrote this, but after that, if we just run it, then it will show in black color I am blue. But we have to change it to I am blue. And I am big, this we have changed the font size. This is size, like this is the font, and this is the font of this, and this is specific size of it, which we can increase or decrease in order to make it big or small. Okay, so HTML style attribute. So now we will learn what is the HTML style attribute. Okay, so let's continue. Now, HTML style attribute. Setting style of an element can be done with the style attribute. Like I've shown you what is the style attribute. The HTML style attribute has the following syntax. So as you can see, I have just shown you tag name style is equal to property colon value. It's writing like that because let me show you. Here, the property is a CSS property, the value is a CSS value. So let me show you in Sublime Text why it's showing like that. So let's use that feature, that one, which I like the most. Yeah, this one. Okay. So first showing like this in this form. Tag name style equal to, style equal to property. I'm sorry, property. Showing like that. So after that, we have to obviously type slash tag name, which is not shown here. So why is the syntax for the style attribute is like that? Let's take the example of the body tag. Here it is the tag name, body is the tag name. The style is the style attribute, same as here, equal to then double quotes. The property, let's say the background color, background hyphen color, and then like this one colon, and then the value, let's say the value is blue, a blue violet, and then semicolon. So you see, every time this rule is followed. Tag name, style equal to, in double quotes, background hyphen color, this is the property, and then colon, and the space I have given, you can also avoid the space like here, and then blue violet, value is blue violet. So now let's delete all this and let's see what is the result. So what do you expect from here? Background color blue violet. Obviously the background color will be blue violet. But let's see the magic. Yeah, it will be blue violet. I'm sure it will be blue violet. But let's see with our own eyes. Yes, it's blue violet. So like this. Okay, so here the property is a CSS property. So this property is cascading. So CSS, the full form of CSS is cascading style shifts, which helps us to design an element. Here the property is a CSS property and the value is a CSS value. So this property is a CSS property like this, background color, font, font size. These are all CSS properties and the values are CSS values like blue or 72 pixels or let's say sans serif. This is all are CSS values. Okay, so let's continue. So our first property is background color. So these are all the basic properties. So our first property is background color. So you see what is the background color? I've just shown you, I think. So you know what is the background color? Like this is the screen. This is the whole screen. Let's say let me move to any website like Amazon. So you see this website here. It is the background, and if we change this whole color to red, what will it look like? Full red. So that is the background color. So if this is the background and we change the background color of this to powder blue, what will it look like? Obviously, the background will be powder blue and the other things will be same as usual. So like this, we can change the background color. But how? Let's see. So how is that? So we can use the CSS background color property. So the CSS background color property. The CSS background color property defines the background color for an HTML element. So this CSS background color property, like we are changing something for anything, like you see here in the whole window. We change the background color of this. We can change the background color of this, and anything. So this CSS background color property defines the background color for an HTML. For an HTML element, not any other element like this. Only an HTML element. It defines the property. It defines the background color. It defines the property of background color of an HTML element. Example. There are two examples. So first example is set the background color for two different elements. So this H1 and P tag, we can do like that H1. So normally what we do is that this H1 tag and then this is a heading and then H1 post. In the style tag, background color colon powder blue like this. And the P tag, we're changing the background color to tomato. It doesn't sense. It have no sense, I think. But tomato is a color. Actually, I think it's the color of tomato. So I haven't experimented with it. So I think it's the color of tomato as you see. So something like red and orange mixed. So background color tomato and this is the paragraph. So let's experiment it one time. I have a curiosity to know what is the tomato color. Let's experiment this. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so now H1 and inside this H1 tag we will type the style tag and then background color. I'm sorry, not background color. Background hyphen color color. Don't confuse it with that color color. Because this is American English, so coding is derived from America, so that is it uses American English. So I will type background color. So H1 style equal to background color powder blue. how to style and then so style background color tomato. Oh, this really a color like tomato. Okay, oh, I was gonna type this is a tomato. So we'll type this is a paragraph, I think. Yeah. I was gonna type this is a tomato. Okay, let's save this and let's run this. Let's see what we get the result as. So this is the tomato color, just like tomato, I think. This is the tomato color. So, and this is the powder blue color. So these are the two colors, powder blue and tomato. So we can change. So this is the background color. We can change the background color like this of an element. So this is the element and this is the background. So this is the element, this is the whole element, and we are changing the background color of that element. This is a paragraph, this is the whole paragraph, we're changing the background color of that. Like that. I hope you understood. And now the next example, say the background color for a page to aquamarine. Or let's say not aquamarine, we are testing with blue violet. I like that color. Okay, so what we will do? If someone tells us change the color of a page to aquamarine or let's say blue violet. So let this will be as it is, and let's change the background to blue violet. See the syntax carefully. Syntax is the most important thing, not getting the result. The syntax is the most important thing because in future you have to remember the syntax and you can use it for any other thing. So this you can see this angle bracket, body, space, style equal to double quotes, inside the double quotes, background color and colon and then blue violet. Like this in this format, this tag name, style, property and then okay, so tag name is body. Let me real quick show you once again. Tag name is body. Style is again style because it's the style attribute equal to in double quotes. So here's one quote, here's one quote, here's one quote, here's one quote. That's why I'm telling it double quote. So your property is background color and the value of the property is blue violet here. Now let me close this and let's real quick run that. Okay, so we're expecting the result as this. Okay, so this is blue violet, this is tomato. So remember the colors of this. This is blue violet, this is tomato, this is powder blue. I will never forget this tomato color in my life. I only knew tomato as a vegetable, but not as a color. So now enough of background color. Enough of background color. I don't want to hear that word again. Now let's move to a new concept, a better concept, not a better concept, but a new concept, and which will give you a lot of fun. So now we have changed enough of background colors. Now let's change text color. Let me show you. Okay, so this is tomato. This color is tomato, I think, and this is powder blue. So what if this thing is white? We can do it with the background color property. So let's discover a new property. What if it looks like this? I'm showing it to you like this. What if it looks like this? Like this, my friend. What if it looks like this white thing? Can we make that possible? Let's see. So what is the syntax for this and what is this? So we have to use the CSS colored property, not colored property, colored property. So we have to use the CSS colored property. The CSS color property defines the text color for an HTML element. So it defines the text color for an HTML element. So this colored property defines the text color of an HTML element. Let's have some examples. I think there's only one example here. Okay, so a blue heading, it's typing, it's only typing, a blue heading. Blue heading is not appearing. Like if I type here, this is a blue heading. that's just to show you that only typing does not give the result. This is a blue heading. Is it blue? No, it's not. That does not make any sense. It's a black heading. I have told that this is a blue heading, but that's the one. We have to change the text color for that. And I was showing it to you that only typing a blue heading will not give you a blue heading. So what you have to do is that now we will come to the syntax of this. You can see color colon blue. That makes it a blue heading, not just a blue heading. Color colon blue and then semicolon. So let's do it with this. Color colon blue semicolon. Save it. Let's real quick run it. And let's see the result also. Yeah, it's blue. It's telling the truth. It's not telling the wrong thing. It's not telling the wrong fact. It's true. So like this, it happens. We have to change the color to blue, and only because of that it is changing, and not because of typing a blue heading. Just because of typing color colon blue semicolon like that. So you have to remember this code, and if you need to do that, so you can just pause the video and you can take a copy and note this color element. That's the syntax of this color colon blue, or not color colon blue, color colon and then the color name and then semicolon inside the style tab. So let's continue. So this is one of the next properties, font. I mean the font family. So I think you have seen this. I think you have seen these things. So what is it called? It is called calligraphy. So these all things are font families. These are different font families which we use. Like font families include serif, or sans serif. The best way to show is, let's go to Google Fonts. Fonts.google. Fonts.google.com. Google Fonts. Oh, that font. Okay, no problem. So search fonts, sans serif. Oh, I think it's not available. Okay, so no to serif, and those are different font types. So let's type something. Hello. You see it in different things, different font families. So these are the font families. You see this thing, this thing, this thing written here. So this is called a font family. So this is Moondance, this is Ballo, this is PT Serif, this is Peter Sans, and this is Pretty Lomit. So there are millions and millions of font families in the world. We can count. We can't count it, and so we will use only some in creating this. I mean to show it to you. So the CSS font family property. The CSS font family property defines the font to be used for an HTML element. So this is one of the examples we have. Means I have. Example is that H1 style equal to font family Verdana. So Verdana is also a type of font family, and it will show that this is a heading. Let me show you the example. Again, the picture, and let's use. You can see font hyphen family and then colon semicolon. You can also note this. You are typing Verdana. If you type Z or XXXS or your own name or ZZZ or YYY, then you will not find anything. Then I think it will show the normal text, the plain text. It will not show any other things. So Verdana is a font family. It will only show for valid font families, not for invalid font families. And let's change the P font family to Courier. Courier is also, so I only knew that till today, I only knew that Courier is a type of service. But from today, I knew so many things that Courier is a font family, not just a service. Okay. Many new things to know. Let's click on example. HTML. You see, this is Courier font, and this is, I think, let me see and remember. So this is Verdana. This is Verdana, and this is Courier. So these are the two font families. So this is not only the two. We have millions and millions, as I've told you. We can also say this as sans serif, and this as serif. Now let's see the result. So, well, this is sans serif, and I think the serif is not available for the HTML version. So the serif is like this, like calligraphy. So this is font family. So enough of this. Let's move to a new concept, text size, and then we will end with the text alignment concept. I think you have got an idea what is text size. Okay, so let me show it to you. Why will I show it to you? I don't think there's any place. Again, let me go to Amazon. So, as you can see here, the text is smaller, and here it is much larger than that. Because here we have to include this in this small box, and here there's space and we can make it big. So that is text size. We all know what is size. So yet let me see the definition of size. Size meaning the relative extent of something, a thing's overall dimensions or magnitude, how big something is. So this is the main thing, how big something is. So we all know what is size. Still, I checked in the dictionary what is size. So the CSS font size property. So the CSS font size property defines the text size for an HTML element. Let's see the example. So this is the CSS font size property. So mainly we do it in pixels. Here it's in percentage. So font size 300%. This is a heading. So it will be much larger like this. It will burst out. We are going to do it in pixels. PX or pixels. Type here font size. Font hyphen size colon and then semicolon. And between this colon and semicolon, give a space and write font size. We can make it 72 px, or we can do it sp also. We are learning pixels px. So 72 px, and let's see the result. How big it is. The paragraph. Oh my goodness, it's bigger than the heading now. And the heading is thinking, why am I a heading? This paragraph should be the heading. So this paragraph is now bigger than the heading. So we can make the heading as well big. So the heading is very sad that the paragraph is bigger than me. So the paragraph should be the heading. So let's now make this 100 pixels and let's see the result. Oh, now I'm looking like an actual heading. So this is the thing, that the more the font size is, the more the number of pixels or the number of SPs are. So the more is the size. So the larger is the size. I mean, the larger is the size, and the smaller is the number of pixels or the number of any unit. The smaller is the size. So we can't type things like cubit, handspan, or like this, like centimeter, like foot, like inches. We can only type things like pixels, SPs. We will not learn SPs or DPs. We are only going to learn pixels. This is the standard unit, I think, in HTML. Now, the last attribute, text alignment. So I think you all have gone through the word align. What is align? So, to give you a proper definition, align means place or arrange things in a straight line or organizing things. So let me give you the example. So as you can see here, this Google, so it's written Google, it's from here to here, but it's to the center. So actually this is the paragraph tag is from here to here, but it is at the center. So how it's possible? So let's learn. So can't we take the heading to the right and make the paragraph to the center? We can do that. Let's learn text alignment. So what is it and how to use it? So before learning the proper definition, let me show you this text align. So we are gonna make it to the right, and we're gonna make the paragraph to the center. So text hyphen align, text not align, text hyphen align colon, then semicolon, and then in between that give a space and Here we are gonna make it to the center. If you're gonna make it to the right, you're gonna type right. If you're gonna make it justified, you're gonna type justified. If you're gonna make it to the left, you're gonna type left. So it's like the normal text alignment, like we do in the paper. Like Urdu is written from right to left, and English is written from left to right. Like that, this is the alignment. And sometimes we love text to be in the center alignment. It looks beautiful, like this. It looks beautiful. So actually, what we read in our school, poems and stories, so those are all, I think, left aligned. Generally, those are left aligned. It starts from the leftmost part, and it's equal in the leftmost part. Like this, it starts from year to year. So I think my hand is in the mirror image mode. So it will be difficult for you to see that. So as you can see, it's in the right and it's in the center. Like this is text align. So text align property, the CSS text align property. The CSS text align property defines the horizontal text alignment for an HTML element. So it's in the horizontal. It's generally a paragraph or text. It's in the horizontal position. And horizontally, where we are gonna align it, to the left, to the right, or to the center. So that is the work of the text align. So that's the work of the text align property to decide where it goes, to the left, to the right, or to the center, or in the center. Let's have an example and let's end the chapter after that. So the CSS text align property. The CSS text align property defines the horizontal text alignment for an HTML element. So it's the horizontal position. Where to move it, to the left, to the right, or to the center. So let's have a real quick example. So this is an example. So you can see, so this heading will be in the center and this paragraph will also be in the center. So it's written center paragraph, center heading, not because of this center headings or center paragraph, because of this thing, style equal to the double quotes, text hyphen align, and then colon, and then center. Or we can type left, or we can type right, or we can type justify, and then we can have a semicolon, and then we can end it. Now it's a chapter summary. So what did we learn from this chapter? So we have to use the style attribute for styling HTML elements. So we have to use the style attribute for styling the HTML elements. We have to use the background color, background hyphen color for background color. We have to use color color for text colors. Means these are the attributes. We have to use font hyphen family for text fonts. We have to use font hyphen size for text sizes. We have to use text hyphen align for text alignment. So, my dear friends, that's the end of the chapter. So, stay well in this pandemic, in this COVID time. And so, till then, bye bye.